It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Monday, November 13th, 2023. Number 1, Vice President Kamala Harris traveled to South Carolina Friday to file the paperwork to put President Biden on that state's primary ballot. It was a nod and a thank you to the state that, as the Vice President pointed out, turned the Biden 2020 campaign around. Earlier this year, President Biden made important changes to the primary election calendar by leapfrogging over what were previously the first states in primary politics, New Hampshire and Iowa. FYI, the South Carolina primary will now be held February 3rd, 2024. Number 2. With less than a week before a midnight Friday government shutdown, new Speaker of the U.S. House, Mike Johnson, introduced an unusual spending plan to keep the government running. Described as a ladder continuing resolution, CR, or clean continuing resolution with no spending cuts. Speaker Johnson's two-part plan will extend funding for some agencies or departments until January 19th. Those departments include agriculture, energy, military construction, transportation, and Veterans Affairs. Other departments will shut down 2 weeks later on February 2nd. Number 3. Intimate partner violence does not discriminate based on your bank account balance or relationship status. Just ask Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer filed for sole custody of her 8-month-old child, Leotis, this week after her co-parent, Darius Jackson, reportedly physically abused her. According to the Los Angeles Times, Palmer filed documents outlining consistent patterns of abuse and terror by Jackson. The Center for Disease Control defines intimate partner violence as abuse or aggression that occurs in a romantic relationship. Read more about it in the column written by our partner, Black Health Matters. Number 4. In 2021, What You Need to Know covered the story of Diamonds Ford, a then 28-year-old black woman who went through a similar experience as Breonna Taylor, but she survived. Ford and her fiancé, then 28-year-old Anthony Gant, faced up to life in prison without parole. Now their charges have been dropped. Attorney Stephen Kiley, who represents Ford, plans to solicit the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to have her charge sealed and or expunged. Number 5. Well, it's that time of year, the season for giving, and God loves a cheerful giver. It says so right there in the Bible, 2 Corinthians 9:7. Who is a cheerful giver? Well, a cheerful giver is a person who gives from what they have joyfully and not in a reluctant manner. It's a person who gives from their heart and not for other reasons like a tax write-off. Read more about giving in today's Ministry Monday column in the newsletter. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Be honest with yourself about what you really want in your life. Whew. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with our social justice contributor, Coy Malone, and those folks she talked about in her story, including Diamonds Ford. And we'll also discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, the American Heart Association and Black Health Matters. Barbara Scotia College and HBCU in Concord, North Carolina needs our help. The What You Need to Know team is asking our supporters and alumni and friends of Barbara Scotia to help them meet their immediate and pressing needs by donating to help Barbara Scotia rise. Please join the donors from around the world who are stepping up to save one of the nation's oldest HBCUs. Please visit SybilWilkes.com for more information. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.